Good morning everyone and welcome back to Haynes Outdoors with Outdoors Freaks. Friday morning, 11:30. I am back on the big pit. Back, let me spin you. There's my swim down there. There's the big pit. Wind's hacking in to the corner. Keeping my spots going, keeping my spots baited as you've got one of these big pits. When you can only fish a third of a lake, you've got to try and get the fish to come to you. You can't always get to the fish. Starting to set my bits up. The little pest is in the car. Hopefully we can have one out the weekend. I'll bring you back in a bit when we're all set up. Hi everyone, I just thought I'd show you my baiting approach this weekend. Same as usual really, I'm going for both. I'm not just going to go tiger nuts this weekend unless I get plagued by tench. So I'm going for the balanced tigers. That's part of the Parker Baits nuts tigers. And then the 18mm OG Fish bottom bait, crusted in the fish sauce magic dust, encrusted on there, and then match the hatch Parker Baits wafter. So just remember, if you want 10% off your first order on Parker Baits, go on Parker Baits online, use the code Haynes Outdoors at checkout, get 10% off your first order. So make it a big order, saves more money. I'm just going to get my bits out, get my rods out, make sure my spot's clear, get some bait out, and I'll bring you back when I'm having a coffee. Catch you all in a bit. Right, it's now 1:30 and both rods are out. The balanced tigers are on the left hand rod, the boilies are on the right hand rod, and I've got them on the same spot, and they're probably about 2-3 feet apart. Let me give you a little look. Here we are, look. Some of you would have seen it before. This is the other bit of the lake. This is the bay. It's out of bounds down to the left. You can't go any further than this. It's the last swim. And it is very weedy, as you can see. And if you saw last week's video, you'd have seen just how weedy it is. It's a shame we can't use boats on here of any kind, really. I've brought a little sonar, like a little deeper thing with me that I might have a little play around with at some point. See if I can find any clear spots out there, because chucking out with a lead, you're just there forever. This little sonar thing I've got, it shows you the weed level. But at the moment, I'm happy with the spots I've got. I know they're productive spots. So, I'm not going to disturb the water now. I'm going to get my stuff out, get my kettle on. I'm going to put my tarp up. Little pests in there. And I'm going to get set for the weekend. I'll catch up with you all in a bit. Literally just put my phone back on the tripod. I haven't even got my waders off, and I've had some beeps on the right hand rod, on the boilie rod. Now, could be liners, but it could be tench. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Anyway, I'll let you know. I keep getting beeps on my right hand rod, little beeps. Now, it's either liners, like I said, or I've got a tench on. Because I fish quite a tight clutch. It might, you know, but then unless it's hooked itself. I'm fishing an 18mm bottom bait with a 15mm wafter as a topper. You know, on a size 4 rook. And a smaller tench could have hooked itself and not have the strength to take line. Or it's just buried itself straight in the weed. Just kited and buried itself in the weed. This is the trouble with fishing boilie. This is what happened last week. Straight away I had a tench, like literally within minutes. Which is why I went over to fishing 2 tiger nut rigs. Might have to get it in a minute if it keeps beeping. Just had a load of beeps on the right hand rod then, like a little run. I'm gonna have to check it. I have to turn kettle off. I'm gonna have to go check it. Let's see. Yeah, something on. I mean, it could be a stocky carp, but could be a carp just buried itself straight in the weed. Just a ball of weed. Don't know if there's anything left in it. think it's still there. Hard to tell what it is in this weed. Fish is gone. Sort my rod out, get the rod back out. Such a pain in the arse, all this weed. It's what happened last week. Last week I lost it right at the net. Well, we'll go again. Right, that's the rod back out. I think it come off halfway in because I felt it still on as it was halfway in. I don't know, I'm guessing it was a tench. Make coffee now. now, have something to eat. Hopefully the tench leave me alone. I doubt it, because there's a lot of them in here. I might end up going over to two tiger rigs, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I just had a couple of beeps on me left hand rod, which is me tiger nut, so I should imagine that was a liner, because as far as I know, I don't know anyone that's ever had tench on a tiger nut, so that's just a couple of beats. That's it, my tarp's all up. All done. Right, coffee time. Coffee and food. I don't know what the time is now. It's got to be 2:30, 3 o'clock. Relax now. Catch up with you in a bit. Just had a couple more beeps on the tiger nut rod. There was a fish lumped over there about literally 5 minutes ago. There could be some in the area. Well, there are some in the area, obviously. One lumped about 5, 10 yards tops from it. Not sure what time it is now, must be about 5, something like that maybe. Keep my eyes on it. Left hand rod beeped again, dropped down. I think I've got a tench on. If I have, it's the first time I've ever known a tench to take tiger nuts. But I can't leave it, obviously. So I'm going to go and have a look. I'm not going to bother filming it because it's going to take me 10 minutes to get it in. It's going to be covered in weed. So if there's anything there, I'll show you. But if not, I'll let you know what happens in a minute. Okay, so I had that occurrence on my left hand rod, brought it in, there was nothing on it. There was just obviously things trying to pick it up because it kept beeping. And then, so I brought that in, decided to put that one in close again. So I've got one in close on the close spot. So the fish come right in the margins here. And then as I was doing that and just putting it out, let me show you the fish out on the spot. See all them big roach and perch and that. That's about 4 foot deep over there and it's clean spot, clean as a whistle. Put a load of particle there last week and they've just absolutely cleaned it. Anyway, as I was doing that, my left hand rod went. Goddamn tinker. Little tench in the net. Probably a couple of pound. There he is. I'm getting back. Little pest. I have to get this rod back out now. So I'll catch up with you all in a bit. Come on, the carp. Before I get back in the water to put this rod in, just look. The size of this shoulder fish over my spot. There's some serious roach out there. Some big old roach out there. There's roach out there easily over a pound. Big shoal coming. My spot's at the back of that clear spot. That's tiger nuts, so they're not going to disturb it, they're not going to want it. Because I put hemp and just put mixed particle out there, they're going down, eating everything else, and they'll just leave a few tiger nuts out there. Some big old roach coming in. Big old shoal. Look at that one. Beast. Serious fish in there. Big one in there. Big old shoulder roach. Just need them to attract the carp. Some perch, a shoulder perch as well. Shoal's massive, absolutely massive. There's some big old roach in there. Right, let's get this rod back out. That's what you call a school of roach coming over my spot. Some seriously big roach in there as well. Some big roach. Right, so this duck keeps following me round. Won't leave me alone. Literally will not leave me alone. No matter where I go, he follows me. I go down to the lake, he follows me. Keep getting liners from that shoulder roach. Literally, he's going everywhere with me. He's coming right up now. Better watch out, 'cause the dog. Got something hanging off him. I don't know if it's a big leech or a load of snail's eggs. Some sort of growth hanging off the underneath of him. Dog ain't seen it yet. You have now. No. No. Got to hold her because she'll go flying out. Bloody duck. I think I'm in. I think that's a tent. Could be, but... Could be a big tench. I think it's a big tench. Oh, monster tench. Come and have a look at this. Look at that for a tench. And get the weed out and I'll bring you back and show you. Thought I'd give this one a little weigh. Nowhere near my biggest, it's half the size of my biggest. My biggest tench is just over 14 pound. But this is £7 on the money, £7. Beautiful tench. £7 tinker. That'll do, £7. Let's put it home. I mean, not my target species, not a carp obviously, but I don't mind catching tench. I do like tench, and especially when they're like that, you know, a £7 tench. Some people fish their whole lives fish for a £7 tench, so happy with that. I'll get this rod back out, get it back on the spot and get set for the evening. Catch you in a bit. So rod's back out, went back out lovely, first time. 3 fresh bombs of bait over the top of it. I do like these old bomb bait, like the tench, everything, the tench, the carp, bream if they had them. Everything loves this bait, such a good quality bait. Give that to the duck. Get a, oh my god, that's still razor sharp, look at that. These lock hooks, unbelievable. And they do lock and all, Jesus, if you haven't used them. I didn't think I'd find a hook better than the Nash Claw for gripping, you know. But the OMC lock hook is up there. It's the only 2 hooks I use. So get a fresh rig made up. I've already got one made up, as you can see up there, hanging off the magnet on the end of my light. I'm just going to make another one up. So I've got two ready to go. Oh no. Don't say I've got another tench. I'm hoping it was just a liner. It's literally only just gone back out. trouble, I haven't got any bigger baits. 18mm is the biggest bait that Parker baits do out of the bag. If you want it, their machines roll up to 22mm, but if you want it, you have to do a like a private order, and it's a minimum, well, not minimum, it's in 30 kilo increments, because they do 30 kilo, their machine will roll 30 kilos at a time. So if you want to do a private roll, you can do that with them, but it's 30 kilos. I'm seriously thinking about doing it. I'm getting 30 kilos of 22mm made up. Tench always seem to have a knack of hooking themselves though. Whereas like if you go with the big bream, like big baits for bream, if you've got loads of bream, like I do when I'm fishing, last year when I was on Siner and I was fishing the Nash baits, I was using a 24mm bottom bait and a 20mm topper. And obviously the bream just can't eat it, it's way too big for them. I might have to get some 22mm OG fish made up. Hopefully them tinkers stay away. Catch you in a bit. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. There's a few noises out there, but obviously hard to tell what they are. Could be tench, could be carp. A lot of mozzies, a lot of bats. Hopefully we'll have something in the night, and hopefully it won't be a tench. If I do, obviously I'll bring you along with me. If not, I'll catch you in the morning. Morning everyone. It's 1 o'clock. Keep getting beeps on my left hand rod. Starting to think I might have a tinker on it. Catch you all up when I know more. It's now 10 to 3. I've just had another run of beeps on that left hand rod. Could be a tench. Probably is. Better go check the bobbin. Can't see anything. Could have been a liner. There's a nice tench sat in my margin spot. So thankfully I've got tigers on there. Otherwise that would have definitely gone. Right, let's get back to sleep. Morning, you outdoor freaks. It's just coming up to 8 o'clock. I've just redone the left hand rod. I ended up having another tench about 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Another little one. So I've just put a fresh rig on that, redone that, put that out, put 4 spawns of bait over it. You get a bite here, a morning bite here up to about midday. So it's worth getting it out, resetting it now. See the other rod I haven't got to worry about because it's got tigers on. I can just sit there. My little duck friend was just up on the bank with me again. Every time I go out into the lake with the waders, he just appears from nowhere, comes right over, just swims around my legs. And then I get out the lake, he gets out the lake. I've just put a little pile of broken up boilies down by the end of my net. But he was just out on the up on the bank with me, and the little furry pest came charging out of the bivvy and scared it away. She'll be here all day again, being a pest. Stupid duck. Right, I'm gonna make a coffee. Here she comes, look, blooming pest. Let's see if she'll find her boilies. When I saw her earlier, it looked like that thing had gone. I think that thing, that whatever was on her yesterday, hanging from her, has gone. Here she goes. She's having her breakfast now. She's got her boilies. That's it. I hope she likes chili. Yeah. Let's get in there quick because the robins started stealing them. Little feeding noises they do. Oh, they ain't gonna last long. That last one. That's it, gone. Oh no. There we go. I think she had six or 7 boilies, broken half. She'll probably come up here now. No. Unfortunately for the duck, I'm not a messy spotter. Makes me laugh. You see some people when they're spotting and the bait just ends up everywhere. Got to look after them, got to look after the wildlife. Go tell your carp friends that if they're going to get caught by someone, they should get caught by me, because I'll look after them. Not that other anglers don't, obviously. Every edge helps. Go on. I think I might be in left rod. It could be a tench, but it was a big beat. Big drop back of feet. I think it's another tench, but it beat, good beat though. In the weed now. Can't tell if it's still there or not. Goddamn weed. I think it was a tench, but it's gone anyway. I'll sort this out. Right, rod back out, fresh rig. I'm not sure about that one now because I took all that weed off that line and the weed smelt like carp. I mean, you know that smell. Tench don't smell like that. That weed smelt like it had carp in it, which is annoying. And that was a bit of a stronger run as well, obviously, because I fish a tight clutch. It was a bit of a stronger run, but that big tench I had, that 7-pound tench I had yesterday, did that as well. Getting another rig ready. There's another one ready. I like to have two, see. It's frustrating. I think that was a carp. I don't think it was a very big one. It could have been one of the stockies, but I think that was a carp. The weed smells a carp. Well, we go again. Just had another beep on the left hand rod. Not hoping it's a liner. Had enough tench now. Or enough tench bites anyway. I have a funny feeling it's on, you know. Right, and I've got a tench on there. Well, might as well check. There's no point in sitting it out there if there's a tench on it, because I ain't going to get a carp. Right, that's that rod back out again. Goddamn tench. Gotta have a carp soon, surely. Keep getting beeps on the left hand rod, constant. But I've come to think that it's not fish on the hooks, except for the bigger ones that can take the bait. I think it's smaller fish grabbing the bait and yanking at the bait, because after a while when I'm bringing them in, there's no bait left. So I'm going to change over my bottom bait to a hard hooker. I've got the Parker Baits hard hookers, supercharged hard hookers in 18mm. I've put some bait spray in there as well, the OG Fish bait spray. But I'm going to put some of that. I've put one of them on instead of the OG Fish bottom baits out the bag. I think it'll be harder for them to peck away at it and pull it off. I think that's what they're doing. Blooming duck. Tell you, blooming thing, don't leave me alone. So I'm going to have a coffee. Then I'm going to change this bait over, and then if that don't work, I'm going over the tiger nuts. It's doing me head in, it's constant. It's coming up to 2 o'clock now, I think. Oh, it's a fresh rig out, 2 spawns of bait, and before I'd even got back up and took my waders off, it's beeping again. See? They're tugging at it, tugging at the bait. They're not hooking themselves, they're just tugging at the bait. Or it's liners. So that last one, when I brought it in, where I had the hard hook on it, it hadn't been, the bait hadn't been pecked away at. They're either picking it up and mouthing it, or they're just swimming into the line. It's just liners. Frustrating, because obviously unless I had a camera out there, you don't know what's going on, do you? Need to try and get one of them fisheye cameras that you can suspend from the top of the water. Cast it out there over the spot, see if we can watch, see what's going on. Right, I'm having a coffee. Just coming up to 5 o'clock. I'm still getting constant beats of fish trying to pick up that line, mouthing the boilies. I've rigged up my tiger nut rig, and let me show you quick. Black tiger and white tiger. Not going to focus. There. That's going out tonight. I'll put it out this evening, and that way I shouldn't get bloody pickups, fish mouthing it all night. That way, if it goes off, it's, you know, it's either a liner or a bite. No Tench pick them up, so just got some food on. Have some food, change that rig over, get some bait out there, some particle out there, a few spawns of particle over it, set for the evening. And hopefully we can have one later on. I saw one show earlier, about halfway between me and my spot, backed out. Looked a nice size and all, didn't look like a stocky at all. Looked, you know, quite big and quite dark, which got me intrigued because I've seen photos of the Ivy Common lately, last time it came out, and that very dark. very dark back, almost black. So I'm not saying it was that fish, but it was quite, it looked big from here and it looked very dark. So you know, it might be in the area, it might not be, but it might be. Anyway, get this food sorted and change over. See what I mean? And Tench mouthing that bait. It's too big for him to pick up. There's two 18 millers on there now. It's a double 18 mil. So they're not, you know. If a Tench picked that up, it'd be a giant. It's now just gone 5:30. I've just changed my left rod over to tiger nuts. I've spombed out all of my remaining particle, which was about 6 bombs maybe. That's all gone now. I've still got boilie, but particles all out there now. Still getting a few beeps on it, so you know that must be liners. I can't imagine that it's anything else, because it's only really carp that eat the tiger nuts, so they're not going to be picking them up trying to eat them, I don't think. That'd be liners, all the other fish out there, the shoals of fish out there picking up all the little bits. So hot and muggy, so muggy. Need a bloody good thunderstorm to clear the air. It's so still. That's it now. I won't have to change that bait over unless I get a bite. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Carp gods will play ball. We can have one. Love one of the originals out of here. Hope it don't take too long. Could take blimmin' years. Kingfisher on my rod. There he goes. Little kingfisher. Makes a change from a blimmin' tench making it beep. She's coming up at 7 o'clock now. See all the fish topping out there. All the rudd or whatever it is moving about. Oh, it's back again. Go on, little kingfisher. Get a fishy. I love fishing. Where else do you see things like that, eh? Be cool if he dove in from there and got one. There's plenty out there under my rods, them little shoals. Certainly watching something. to get one. Been there 8 minutes now. There he goes. Oh, it's a shame he never dove and got one, but awesome to watch all the same. Just coming up to 8 o'clock. Little duck friend bedded down there, look, down next to the waders. I had a snooze this afternoon, woke up, and he was curled up like that in the doorway of my bivvy. He'd come and had a snooze as well. I think that's where he's going to settle. The sun's about to go down over the trees. The long shadows are setting in. So peaceful here, apart from the odd bike or walker that goes by. Very few cars. If I don't see you in the night for fish, hopefully I do. If not, I'll see you in the morning. (10:20). Putting them tiger nuts on has definitely stopped the tench. I've had maybe 2 free liners since I changed them over, whereas I was getting beeps every 10 minutes when I had them boilies on. Hopefully we'll have something in the night. If not, obviously it'll be the morning. I'll see you in the morning and catch you all then. Oh, I think I'm in on my close rod. It could be a tench, but Get in. One of the little stockies, but it's a beautiful little carp. Excellent. Let me sort all this out and I'll bring you back. What a wake up. One of the stockies. £14. Turn it round. All right, you can go back in a sec. All right, calm down. All right. Look at that. It's going to be beaut when it's bigger. Beautiful linear marks. Lovely scale pattern. Lovely. That'll do. Go on, when you're ready. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Excellent. Just need a bigger one. Just need an old original now. Misty morning over the lake. I think it's time for a coffee. About 7:30 now. It was about 6:45 I had that bite. Half a wrap style. Just on my clear spot that I've been, I mean, it wasn't as clear as it is now where I've been putting particle out. They've absolutely polished it. I knew there was carp visiting last week because I got up in the night to have a pee. I didn't have a rod on it then. And I had my head torch on. I had a look in the margins and there was a carp sat just off the end of my rod tips. So I thought, need a nice close in spot here. That's when I started feeding that spot in close, and over the 3-4 nights and days putting particle in, they polished it. All the roach and that have absolutely polished it. And then the carp have been coming in, obviously, and now I've had that fish. So excellent. Might only be one of the stockies, but don't matter out of here. Very happy with that. Slowly work through them. I'll get one of the originals at some point. I'm getting liners all night on that left hand rod again, where it goes right out to the other bank, and it's obviously goes for all the weed and that must be what it is, because it's not tench picking up the tiger nuts. They must just be swimming through the weed and swimming into my line. There must be a channel between there and here. There must be a channel through that weed where they swim. That'd be the place to find that channel. I think next time I'm going to get the sonar on it. Either that or bring a rake and rake a spot out there somewhere. Create my own spot. Just rake a spot for a couple of hours. And then put a load of particle over it, so that the fish get rid of the crap that's there, the low-lying weed that's there after I've raked the hell out of it. Food for thought, food for thought. I'm going to continue to drink this coffee. Keep my fingers crossed one of the originals is going to come along. Just had a big liner or something on my right hand rod. Just had a drop back. It's only half a yard out. I'm going to drop back and go and check. I think, looking at it, it's either a carp or a massive pike sat right in the margin, right near my rod, sat literally over my spot. I think it's a big pike. It's a bit gloomy, it's hard to tell. We'll soon find out. If it goes, it could be a carp, but it looks like a massive pike. We'll see. I'm trying to show you through my glasses. It's a pikelet. You can't tell how big it is from here, but it's actually quite big. I reckon, I don't know, not massive. I don't think it's a double, but it's not far off. I was just stood here watching the pike, and a blimmin' big old tench come and swam through as well. I love it here. Can't get a very good focus on it. And there we go. Wish you could see how big it was. You can't tell from here. It's a nice pike though. Catch you in a bit. I've literally just had one flop out about 3 rod lengths out. They're showing in close constantly here. Hopefully they'll come in close and get on my margin spot again while I'm sat back here all quiet. It's about the 4th one I've seen show now, all within 20 yards. Hopefully we can have a bigger one. Be nice, wouldn't it? I'm basically all packed up now. Everything's packed away. I've just got to load the car, but I won't be doing that for a few hours yet. I'm just sat here having some breakfast with the dog. And then I'll start loading the car slowly and then just sit out here for a few hours. Hopefully get a last minute bite. Just down there, stood down there up against that tree to the right there watching, and there's carp just come in swimming around over my spot. One of them looked like a fully. They don't look very big, only look like, you know, mid-double size. But they're there now. With any luck, they'll have a little feed and they won't just swim through. Let's go see. Can't see him now. He was there a minute ago, so he could come back. Well, you outdoor freaks, that's it for another week. It's midday, Sunday morning, I'm all packed up. All clear. Just my last few bits to take back to the car. My rods are in, everything's packed up. Well, that was an eventful session. I think I had 7 bites. 6, possibly 5 of them being tench. 1 definite carp, maybe 2 carp, because the one that I lost in the weed, the weed really smelt carpy. Specimen size tench, beautiful little carp, kingfishers on the rod, ducks in your bivvy. What more can you want for a weekend fishing? Until next time, Ains Outdoors out.